Hello and welcome to a very impromptu show today called Talkin' Tunes. Impromptu today because I was driving down here to the studio on Route 24 and I happened to be seeing three of my friends on the side of the road playing with a sign saying, I play for music. And I said, hey, it's kind of cold out. Why don't you come and do a show? They said, what the heck? So anyway, here they are. And of course I jest. First of all, thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Frank Walsh. On a serious note, I am honored today to have these three gentlemen here on the show. They're all good friends of mine and they're all good friends of each other. I have one gentleman here who is a singer, songwriter, bursting onto the scene, playing at a lot of local clubs, probably over 100 gigs a year, and he is growing and growing. We have another guy here who has been on the show before, who is a frontman for a new band called Crimes and Misdemeanors.
High Crimes and Misdemeanors.
High Crimes and Misdemeanors, what do I know?
But it was Fervent Groove, it was the Phoenix, it's a whole thing.
Okay. We can edit that out because you just stepped all over my opening, so we can start all over again.
It sounds criminal.
I told you this was going to be an impromptu show. And we also have another guy here who has just returned from Memphis as part of the International Blues Challenge. They made it to the semifinals, and even though they didn't win, they are still winners in the hearts and minds of all of their friends and their soul tribe. So here we are, Mr. Franki Dennull, Mr. Hans Schneider, Mr. Gregg Miller.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. Hey, that wasn't
Welcome, boys. The great
Good
to see you. Good to see you. Thank God for an editing button, folks.
It looks like the Black Hat Society.
Exactly, the Black Hats, But anyway, let's get a little bit serious if we can. Gregg, let's start with you. First of all, congratulations on winning the local Boston International Blues Challenge and then going out to Memphis with your group Soulbox.
Thank you.
And why don't you talk a little bit about what that experience was like?
We drove down. It took us about 24 hours to get down to Clarksdale, Mississippi
Clarksdale,
first. So we were down there where Muddy Waters grew up. And we toured and we played with some locals down there and for 2 days. And then we moved up to Memphis, Tennessee. And played up there all week long, and it was amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
it was pretty spiritual down in Clarksdale.
Yeah, tell me about that cotton field thing.
Oh yeah. We were sitting where Muddy Waters actually worked.
Yeah, cool.
In Stovall Plantation.
Nice.
It's now called Stovall Farms, and they're still working down there.
Nice.
And it was an amazing experience.
Did you make it to the crossroads?
We actually did.
I saw
now here's
that.
another thing. There's crossroads on Route 49 and 61. Okay.
Yeah.
And they have a big post saying the crossroads on it. But when we went to a speakeasy, I would tell you, it's
No, you in a
Yeah.
speakeasy?
No.
these guys, we were walking towards the crossroads, and these guys came rambling out of the bar and grabbed us and like, you're coming in for a drink. And so
Cool.
we met all the locals down there, and they were great people.
Right.
And they actually told us where the real crossroads were.
Where Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah, so
huh?
it's further down on 49 on a set of train tracks.
Nice.
And we actually hung out there for about 15 minutes just to soak up the vibe.
Yeah.
And there's a definite vibe down there
I'm
that
sure there
is undeniable.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, you've played at a lot of great venues. You've played in front of large crowds before. What was the difference between, playing as you normally do around here and being on that big stage, being in that spotlight down in Memphis, the history of music? Was there a different feel? Did it?
It was a different feel because, like all my influences were playing on that stage.
Yeah.
We actually played at B.B. King's Blues Club, and he recorded Blues Summit there. It's a film.
Yep.
And everybody that I love was on that stage for that filming. And he put a record out also with all those people that he had down there with him. So I just stood on there. I was like, this is where my influences came from.
How cool is that?
It just playing
it's
down
right
south
there.
is a lot different than up here.
It is. It really is.
The music takes on a different vibe and everything down there, and it's really. I mean, if you walk around there and you look like you can do it, like around here, a lot of people will shun you. Be like, no, we won't get him up. But down there, people are like, you play, we'll get up and prove it.
That happens in the Northeast. You're right about
get
that.
Up and get up and prove it. And they'll get you right up there. If you think you're a badass, you're going to show me.
That's exactly what happened in Clarksdale. It's like,
and that's what happened.
You guys
could. Great.
So we played at our friend's place,
Hambones,
in Clarksdale. Stan Street. He's an artist and a musician. He actually went to the competition also.
Oh, cool.
And we stayed at his place, Hambone. Fantastic. So we were based out of that, and we had everybody come over and jam with us.
Nice.
You know, and it was incredible.
Now, you had a big following down there. You had a good 50, 60 people down there, and this, I'm sure that elevated your game, and you know you were playing to that crowd.
As soon as we got in there, we jammed at the Rum Boogie, right down in Memphis on Beale Street, and overwhelmed. So the jam actually, the band Soulbox, we signed up, but we didn't play together. So we all played with different musicians that were coming from all over the world. Yeah. And it was a really good jam. Well, and there was every time a Soulbox member went up to play, there was an overwhelming applause. Nice. It was incredible. Nice. It was insane and intense. I believe you. And then we started when we started Wednesday night at BB King's. It was overwhelming. The place was packed. So the Soul Tribe brought everybody else on the dance floor, and it was just it was Thursday night and then Friday night also. So it was just great. You know?
Well, here's an opportunity to look into that camera right in the middle and thank your fans and thank Soul Tribe.
Thank you, Soul Tribe. You guys made a great trip even better. All right, thank you.
All right. Well said. Franki Dennull, man, what's been going on with you since the last time you were here? You've got some new music. You're playing all over the place.
Yeah.
Catch us up a little bit. What's going on with you?
That's what it's all about, building a studio in the house and getting ready to go into the recording studio up in Boston. And we've got a secret weapon we're going to have as a drummer is Dave Maddox, who's played with McCartney and Elton John. And he's got an armload of people that he's played with. So
any recognizable names?
Well, not mine, that's for sure. But
I know you do.
That's what it is, and writing more songs and playing out. So it's all based about that.
Cool.
Having a good time.
Cool. Yeah. And you got something a little new that you might be springing on us in a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, we'll run it by the boys. See what it was like. Add some. I was working on 2 other songs, and all of a sudden I just had this chord progression that I just started adding lyrics to, and then next thing you know, that one got finished, completed in like a few hours, and played it for these guys right now, and
it was pretty darn good.
There's one line that just
very cool
jumped right on it, man. It's really good line. So
awesome.
We'll hear it. Right?
Now talk a little bit about. You had a great experience. We kind of promoted it the last time you were on the show, but since then you had an opportunity to play with the great Michael Sweet down at the Spire Center, and I know Mr. Hans, you were there.
It was
and,
nice. It was awesome.
Talk about that. What was it like to be on a stage with a big name like that and have that spotlight?
Well, we did have it last year, and he went out to the Whiskey A Go-Go after hearing me at a local pub. We won't mention the name, but he actually sat for a couple hours, heard me play, and then when he was out on solo tour, he was out to the Whiskey A Go-Go, and he texted me and asked me to do last year's Christmas concert, so I opened then. So this year, and at the end of that show, we're all singing Silent Night, and he says, "So who's going to be here next year?" And I said, "I will." So he goes, "Franki's in." I said, "I'm holding you to it." So I signed myself up for that gig.
Now let me ask you, when we were here, you were talking about doing a rocked up version of Little Drummer Boy. Did you get to do that?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we
pound those drums and do
well,
that
there was
riff
no
you
drums. It was an acoustic set. But the funny thing is, we were trying to get everybody to do it to Queen's "We Will Rock You." So it's like I hate to say this, but sometimes your fans look like they're in a coma or something. You try to get them to right.
Nobody got
it. Boom, blah, boom, and they're like, "Which hand do we do we stomp to and clap one?"
I can't find the one.
And it's like we're up there. Okay, it just goes like this, like the "We Will Rock You," and then "Come, they told me." Yeah. Well, Michael Sweet and I looked at each other at the end and said, he goes to me, "Okay, start it out, Frankie." I'm like, "You're the head of this thing,
No.
So now we're like, okay, nobody wants to take the lead on it. And it was just like, what a fiasco it was, We all had fun, but it wasn't the best.
It looked good on
nobody
paper.
recorded
It really
it.
did look good
on paper. It was a great idea. You know,
Did they at least wiggle a little bit?
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
They made noise. You know, at the end, we were glad we were done. You know, it's like, yes, next. No, but we did good. And then they wanted cover songs, and when they sent out the email, like, you know, Frankie, do covers. I'm like, well, I'm going to do the one I wrote last year for this because I didn't have a Christmas song when Michael asked me to do it, and so I wrote a reggae Christmas song, and I said, I'm going to do that one again. So they okayed it, and then they said, but, you know, it's more about doing covers. I'm like, okay, I don't do many covers. Like, let's do John Lennon, you know, Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
You know?
Came out great.
So I
Good for
did
you.
it and really enjoyed it and got some good response.
Yeah, that came out great.
Good.
And he's the authority on what's great.
I was out there. I am.
So, yeah, we'll take that, you know, but had a great time doing it.
Good for you.
That was cool.
Now, Mr. Hans, man,
Yes.
you know, what's been going on with you?
Oh.
Last time you were on, you were a fervent groover, and then now you and Mr.
No,
Miller.
the last time we were on, we were the Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
And then we
and
got
you
sued.
went to. Yes.
I know
yeah.
these guys sued us. They're from France. They
France,
come over.
yeah.
And they were
Yeah.
called the Phoenix too. We were on 2 lineups with them, and we couldn't play because we didn't have a new name. So the last minute we changed it to Fervent Groove. Got off to a good start. Then we hit a wall. A couple of people got divorced in the band, and all
Yeah.
shit went crazy. And so we changed the lineup. It's still me and Greg, and Mark, a keyboard player, and Gabe on the drums. But we're looking for a bass player and a guitar player now.
Cool.
But we're still writing. Me and Greg have been writing like insanely lately.
Yeah.
And we're ready for another recording. We just need to, complete the lineup of the band.
Cool.
You know, so if anybody out there plays bass and can sing a little, come on down. You know.
Cool.
We're,
Now, when
we're thinking about putting another guitar player in there also, because
Yeah.
the stuff we did previous to this, these
I would
projects.
play guitar and I can't anymore. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he got injured and he can't
Yeah.
you can't play. But we're thinking about adding another guitar player that can sing also. So that's another thing. So
Very key.
we're looking for a bass player and a guitar player.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
we're
now
out.
as far as we're good.
Okay.
Now, as far as we have a director in the booth.
Time
Rock-
out.
We have a director in the booth who takes care of those kinds of things. You know.
Roxanne's like, tell him that.
Here's where we all go to the toilet.
Tell him that.
And I'm telling you right now, I am not editing any of this.
We've all got to do our tinkle break.
Yeah, I'm just going to let it go.
Yeah,
Just keep it clean. I mean, I had a great guest on last week, Roberta Lamb, and you know, as sweet as pie as she is, she has a tendency to drop a few choice words. So I had to go through the whole show and catch one of her S-bombs, and I had to put the little.
I just got one
in
from
there,
Hans.
you know?
You're going to have to go through that.
No.
Hans said the
did
S-bomb,
not.
yeah.
I've been
Sorry,
fascinated
Mom.
with the handicap ladder over there, and it's got wheels on it, and that just seems like a very strange design. Go ahead up to the top, but hold on, because it's got wheels, and it could go anywhere on you. Like, who
No,
developed
I'm not
that?
going to take the camera, turn it around, and show the people at home.
Handicap ladder.
That's like being
Yeah.
that's like being on the radio and tell somebody at home, "Here, look and smell this."
Yeah, right. It's got its own parking spot against the wall, just in case it falls over in one direction.
No, actually, we take that to church in case there's a high mass.
That's awesome.
Jesus jumping. Jump for Jesus. Come on down.
He does a little of both. Yeah.
Now, Hans and Greg, for if we could be serious for like a second and a half, when you guys are playing and collaborating, where does your music come from? I know that Greg's a guitarist, probably does some riffs, but do you kind of play off each other with lyrics, riffs, melody?
Well, we just
how do you get that to happen?
we just got into a rehearsrsal spot, live venue down in Pembroke,
Pembroke,
called
yep.
Soundcheck Studios,
Yep.
which is fabulous.
Fantastic.
And it's just it's
and Andrew Holm.
immediate like inspiration. You just go in there. I'd spend 5 hours in there just going over riffs and stuff. And
Yeah.
then when Hans comes in, he'll be like,
Oh,
I got
walk in,
lyrics
I'm
for
like,
that.
what is that? Yeah.
It's just like, so it's just immediate.
Right.
It's like,
I know
it's
we've
been immediate.
We've been writing songs. We got to start like first off finishing, but because we get so far because he either writes something or I come in with an idea and I kind of go it goes like this and then he throws chords to it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I can get the chords in my head, but I don't know what I want to do with them. I give them to him and then he's like, no, we need a B minor in here too instead of just A and D.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, and then it comes together and then we get the guys in and it just seems to fall into place like effortlessly.
Yeah, it
almost,
really
you know
does.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, when are the three
So
of
we
you?
just,
when are
you
the
know,
three
we
of you
edit
guys
out
gonna
like
get together?
like you're gonna do to this program.
Right.
We
No.
we edit, you know, the songs. You know, I mean, mostly the music is there, and then we just edit lyrics and stuff
Yeah.
like that also.
No, so I know we talked before. You know, we got other little things that we're working or potentially working on down the line. But you three guys going to get together and do some stuff. I think the three of you would be awesome together.
Absolutely.
Either as a guest or you know maybe teaming up and
Just
do
doing
something
it.
on
Can we
a
do?
sidebar.
Can we do
or
another
what?
program and maybe
That'd
we
be
could
killer.
we could do something and then have songs for the next program.
Absolutely. You know,
right.
you
What do
know,
you-
we could
that's
do a little bit of that.
Oh,
but
we should
I
have
don't
him
know.
come down.
I think we
and
do
sing
a whole
couple songs
band.
on the 27th.
Should do a whole band.
A whole band? We've
Yeah.
done that actually. My band Soulbox has done a whole band for
We
me.
should have you come down on April 27th. That's going to be our first date out after.
Cool.
And you come in and do a couple songs with us. Just sit
That'd
in
be
with
great,
sit in with our band.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
some
Or like,
collaboration.
and then have Soulbox, or you know, where I go out is usually the Beings, you know. But I mean, it
We'll
could
be,
be.
yeah, this is the high
It
crime
could be
and
just,
misdemeanor
or you could
one.
just do Frankie Dennull and Soulbox, you know, it'd be cool.
No, he's just going to
that
be
we
our
keep
band.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
or do it with your
Yeah,
band.
so high crimes and misdemeanors.
He's in
is-
two.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the-
that'd be better.
Soulbox
He's in
is
two.
another program.
Yeah.
Is another project that
Correct.
Soulbox just got back from Memphis.
Yeah.
So we did that.
Right.
So this is a different. This is an original project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today, you know, now that I picked you up on the highway and you probably weren't prepared, but I'm sure that you guys have a couple of things up your sleeve. I know, Frankie, you can pick up that guitar and play a little bit, can't you?
Absolutely.
Greggy, can you do that too?
I just happen
Maybe
to
you
have
and
it on
Hans
all
can
time.
just
Yeah.
do a little impromptu
That's-
thing and
yeah,
kind
we'll
of wing
figure-
it a little bit.
Yeah, we'll figure out something.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
We can do something.
Well, you know what? We're gonna do that in a second. So, you know, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we're going to come back in a little bit, and you're going to see these guys perform a little bit, and we'll come back and wrap it up. So, buckle your seatbelts because I don't know what's coming. Hopefully,
do
when
we.
it comes, you'll enjoy it.
You are all I need, and I don't need to question why I love you like I do. It's easy. You just look at me, and I know just what you're thinking. Why you love me like you do. It's easy. Two of us together make it so much better than any one of us could make it alone. How could any of us become an island without the sea of faces asking, what have you become? Don't we all need someone? You are all I need, and I don't need to question why I love you like I do. It's easy. You just have to look at me, and I know what you're thinking. Why you love me like you do. It's easy.
like the sun and dew. The way she grounds me every day. I know she's my destiny. I know she's my destiny. I know she's my destiny. My destiny. What you got? Oh, Mona. Yeah, Mona. I said, oh, Mona. Yeah, Mona. Tell you, Mona, what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build a house next door to you. I need you, baby, that's no lie. Now we go kissing goodbye. I say, come out on the front. Listen to my heart go thump to thump. I need you, baby, that's no lie. Without your love, I'd surely die. Said, whoa, Mona. Yeah, Mona. Say, yeah, Mona. Whoa, Mona. Something like that. Love fucking Bo Diddley, man. I love Bo Diddley. You want it? You want it? You want it?
Well, guys, I tell you, for three guys on the side of the road with a tin cup, you came in here and done good,
Thank you kindly.
Unprepared and kind of impromptu. We had a lot of fun today, but Frankie, that's one of your new songs that you're going to be playing soon?
Absolutely, it's still in the works, and yeah, we'll be putting it in the recording studio this
already
week
there.
coming up. Yeah, can't
Awesome.
wait.
Greg, Hans, that was pretty good. That's
off
kind
the
of a
press.
work in progress.
It
We
is
guys
not.
talk about that for a sec.
It's almost done.
It's almost done, yeah. It's going to be a full band format on that song, and there's going to be a really funky, spacey part in the middle of that.
Cool.
Where
Just a
maybe
jam.
even an orchestra.
Hey,
I'm hearing an
I'm
hearing
that too.
I'm hearing
Like
an
a moonlight
orchestra.
How about the
sonata.
London
Oh.
Symphony? Symphony. Why don't you
Sympathy.
stop? Yeah, whatever. Pick
Don't
a
need
word.
sympathy.
Pick one.
And don't forget our little short chihuahuas backup singer.
Exactly.
That was in
exactly.
case my nuts wanted to harmonize.
Well, folks, I told you that we were going to have
we
some.
gotta give a shout out to
Yeah,
Scotty
I told you
Plowman.
we were going to have some fun today, but
Scotty
you know,
Plowman out in
we gotta-
California.
Okay.
Gary Haggerty on OzCat
Hang
Radio
on.
Scott.
Hang on.
All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I told you we were going to have some fun today, folks. We have a couple of shout outs to give some people. Hans, who we shouting out to today?
Scotty Plowman, OzCat Radio.
Yep.
The Plow Zone, great show.
All your music's playing on it,
Our
as far as
music
I
plays-
know. All three
of
of
our
you.
music plays East Coast and everywhere, all over the world. and he's in league with Gary Haggerty,
Absolutely.
which is another man with a plan. And
We can't forget our good friend Susie Cullen.
Oh, absolutely, the lovely, talented, and she gets it done, Susie Cullen.
Susie Cullen. Well, guys, for a last minute kind of throwing together, I think we've done good today. It was a lot of fun. And, this is
Amazingly
my
enough.
reward that I get to hang with great people like you and hear some great music.
We love you. We love you, Frank. You're awesome.
Oh, talk about when you beg for compliment and
was
get a
a good
response.
That's right. That's right.
But anyway,
We
folks,
get yelled
I as I always say, these
Don't touch
guys go out and play. And I'm just going to talk over them. You guys talk among yourselves.
We can't have it. We're hearing voices in our head.
I normally say go out and support your local.
I can't hear you.
Hold your head up again.
I can't
Hold
hear
your
you.
head up.
I normally say go out and support your local musicians, but today I changed my mind. You're better off staying home, saving your money.
It's like a hoopla.
Don't go out and support your local musicians.
Or these ones anyway, right?
Yeah, at least these guys anyway.
Escort them to the door.
So anyway,
We got a record coming to you very soon.
So for Roxanne Morris, Dave Young, Jeff Pickett, Michael Hammond, CJ Mullen, and my guest here, Franki Dennull, Hans Schneider, and Gregg Miller. Thanks, guys, for coming on and having so much fun.
Thank you, Frank.
You for having us.
I am Frank Walsh, and as always, tune in and tune on.
That was